In normal operation, Cobalt doesn't usually like to hold on to values when you're hitting go or when you're using different masters. Intensity is handled HTP among playbacks, and all other parameters are handled in one large last action or LTP pool. Sometimes you want to grab hold of a channel's intensity or hang on to a channel's non-intensity parameters through crossfades so that they don't move. Or you want to grab control of a channel that defeats the HTP rules among playbacks. Capture mode, the capture key on your face panel, allows you to grab hold of parts of channels or of whole channels and hold them above the HTP logic and out of the LTP logic. And I'll show you how that works. So I have these two cues, very simply, a white wash look and a blue wash look. And if I come in here and I say, I want channels 3 and 4 to do something else right now. So let's say we want them to be at 20% intensity and have a different color in them. And I want them to stay right where they are when I hit go. I can capture those values by holding the capture key and hitting channel. What this does is it grabs hold of channels 3 and 4 and hangs on to their intensity levels and all the parameters of the light in one command. The displays are going to show that there are captured channels in your system by showing you a grayed oval capture indicator on all screens. Now when I hit go, those two lights stay in the back, stay dim, and stay pink, while the rest of the system moves into the positions as recorded in this preset. Captured values are manual values, meaning if I update this particular preset or cue right now, those two pink lights will be updated in this new position and in this new color into this preset or cue. If I go back, those lights are still captured and they're going to hang on to that pink dim state through any playback actions that I make. If I want to let these lights go back into the normal logic of the system, I can release them. And I can release them by just double tapping release. The intensity will be released back into HTP logic. And because of last action, the color will be held onto until I hit the next go. Capture can also be used as a mode. So if I double tap the capture key, I've now placed the console into capture mode. And now when I make changes, like set an intensity level or set a new color level, for example, individual parameters and individual intensity values are being captured as opposed to the entire fixture in one fell swoop. What this means is that if I go back, the intensity stays, the pan and tilt moves back into position because that was left uncaptured. And the color stays because it's holding on to that 50 and full level that I just set as opposed to setting them back to white. If I move forward, you'll see that they move again, but they hold on to the color and the intensity levels. Again, if I want to release these levels back into the flow of the system, I just double tap the release key and I can disable the capture mode if I don't want to make capture actions as I'm programming. Release has a default time. If I look at the setup dialog and the channels tab, you can see the release time is set to 3 seconds by default. This allows lights to sneak back into position rather than jump. However, sometimes you might want to override that time. You can do that by simply typing the time value first, like 0, and double tapping release, and then the lights snap to full. Again, the LTP action leaves the color in place until I give them the next color command. To get out of capture mode, simply double tap the key again, and now everything's back to normal operation. Capture is a useful mode if you need to adjust intensity levels that are being held at a higher value by a master playback. capture will let you take that intensity level down below the high level of the master and edit it where you need to.